1. How China is driving India to tilt towards the US side. Why India should cautiously proceed in a highway to US. GS Paper 2, Bilateral, Regional and Global Groupings and Agreements Involving India and Affecting India's Interests. A warmth in India-US relations. 4 US visits and 7 meetings with Obama within 2 years. PM Modi's deepening engagement with the US has already started others wondering how the US-India relationship is transforming quickly. Creation of a $20 million US-India Clean Energy Finance Initiative and a $40 million US-India Catalytic Solar Finance Program, with equal financial contribution from the two countries. An announcement that the US recognizes India as a major defense partner. Announcement of the start of preparatory work in India for 6 Westinghouse nuclear reactors does mark a significant thaw in civil nuclear matters after the deep freeze of many years. When completed, this should substantially raise the share of nuclear energy in India's energy mix. How China is driving India to tilt towards the US side. The camp against India at the NSG is led by China, though some independent countries oppose India's entry from some other angle. China and Pakistan have made strong alliance and notable campaign against India's membership. But the duo's stand lack credentials as it is not motivated by disarmament but because of regional rivalry. What is seeing on the diplomacy front is that the NSG campaign is pushing India more towards the US side. So far, India has pursued own policy and kept distance from the US on South China Sea, and for which China has to blame itself. Now India has taken an opportunity to harden its stand on enhancing the influence in the Indian Ocean. The Malabar exercise conducted near to the Strait of Malacca clearly gives a signal to the Chinese that there is a boundary between the South China Sea and Indian Ocean. China's policy of encircling India has reached its maximum return, but the opposite counterbalancing response from India has just started. Even now New Delhi has not used its friendship with US to block the interest of China, and this gives more credibility to its diplomatic endeavors. What the NSG alliance brings to India will be more economic and technological partnership between the US and India. New Delhi's independent foreign policy and the synergy of democratic culture between the two countries will cement this partnership. Why India should cautiously proceed in a highway to US. Despite the current warmth in India-US relations, the US's and India's objectives still remain far apart. US dependence on Pakistan is unlikely to shift substantially due to continuing US interest in Afghanistan and Central Asia. India and the US also remain far apart on global trade. The US is neither favorably inclined to accommodate India in the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations nor has pressed strongly for India's membership of Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation. Arms sales and security dominate the US agenda. India's objectives are very different. It is not in India's interest to be involved in any kind of showdown in the South China Sea, which involves an established superpower and a presumptive one, or to align with the US to prevent China from dominating Asia. Similarly, uncertainty exists regarding the signing of the Bilateral Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, LEMOA. Given this backdrop, India needs to carefully weigh the advantages and disadvantages of having too close a relationship with the US.